Hi everybody, it's Ginger with Angelic Effect. I hope you guys are all doing good. I'm coming to you from my hotel room where I've been staying. I think I got a little bit of my voice back. This is a test run for me. A darling young lady gave me a microphone and headset so that I could try to use it and film. And So yeah, let's just start at the beginning. First of all, I'm doing okay. Heavenly Father's got me right where He wants me. And of course, we're co-creators, so I am enjoying the moments during this whole experience to learn what it is the Father's teaching me, how I'm to grow from it and share love with it, and because of what He's doing through me. And that's what we're all to do, is to just love through it. We're never separated from the love of our King, our Father, our Creator. We're never separated. And that's the big lie that this realm has gotten away with for so long, is acting as if we are separate from our Creator, and we never are, nor can we ever be. He's our Creator. So I don't know how long this one will be, guys. I'm going to talk slow and try to cover everything I can cover. But yeah, this is where the Heavenly Father has kept me. He's made a way each time for the room to be paid for. I'm so very grateful. I kind of use it like my little office space too. Not that I've been doing too terribly much, but let's just start at the beginning. Okay, I think what I'm going to do right now is, since I've shown you my room, you can also see some of the first things Heavenly Father got me to get was olive oil, garlic. I also made some more oil of oregano. That is what totally got rid of the one tumor thing up here on my nose, was the oil of oregano. Between that and keeping my pH as balanced as possible. But I was very acidic in the hospital. That was pretty crazy. Himalayan sea salt, he had me get turmeric. And of course, Bragg's and baking soda, because I had to find a way to start to replenish from doing the radiation that I did do. According to these folks, they wanted me on they were discussing my options would be a permanent feeding tube. And the one doctor that I did not end up going with was speaking about palliative care already. So I'm not going out that way. I don't think so. And I really appreciate all you guys and your love and your support. So I think what I'm going to do now, I woke up in a big old pool of blood today, because where this is, it's right by, the carotid artery is involved in here a little bit. So anyway, it's been interesting. It has shrunk. It has definitely shrunk, and I can't figure out how to switch this around. And I don't want to mess it up, because this gentleman gave me this phone and paid for the bill for me to be able to have a phone. Because while I was here at the hotel, my phone was stolen. And my account's gotten into again. So for you guys who have been with me over at least a year, you already know that just over a year ago, my accounts got totally wiped. I know how it happened and what happened. And so the money that I was waiting for, that I had as backup, that I needed to mature, the access to that was gone in the phone. And then, of course, in the fire is where I kept the information to rebuild those. So once again, we're starting over. And I think most of us have figured out by now who are in the digital asset space that XRP, if we should be around, is going to be what the good guys have pulled off, is the XRP within the Caesar system. Because it doesn't matter if it's a dollar bill or a ruble or whatever the heck it is. If we're still here when they flip the switch into digital currency, it's going to be no different than that. It's still going to be render unto Caesar's what is Caesar's. But we're going to have to survive in a world, if we're still here, that's going to be run with exclusively digital assets. They're going to do it like they did the cable TV. Remember one day it was like, oh, we're switching from analog to cable, and everybody who didn't want the cable just had to what? We had to suck it up. That's what we had to do. We had to suck it up, because unless if you wanted to watch TV, which they'd already gotten everybody all hooked on into the programming, you were going to go down to the cable company, and you were going to pay all that money to have cable. That's how they did it, and that's how they're working this whole thing. They're just going to switch the money system over. It's going to be any day now, literally any second, any day, to digital assets. They're going to make sure everybody has a phone. This may or may not be after they shut down the whole system. I don't know how they're actually going to work it. I'm not privy to that, but we've got a lot of ideas, a lot of really good ideas. But they're going to hand everybody a phone who is still around, however it ends up working, and they're going to give people an income like they did with the COVID. They're going to say, okay, here's X amount of dollars a month. You're now using digital assets. Sorry about your luck, that kind of thing. That's the way it's going, and that's how they're going to do it. So be ready. And XRP is the currency that I will be going with, because the Heavenly Father told me long ago that Bitcoin and Ethereum were going to end up going the way of all the corrupt things, which Heavenly Father's getting rid of. Praise your holy name, Father. So yeah, we're to bring the Christ here and just love each moment we are here. But XRP, I think I'm going to go ahead and, because I've been an affiliate of Ledger for a long time, and in the old website, I had a big blog in there about the cryptocurrency and digital assets, and basically telling you everything I'm telling you right now. But I also had my links in there. So I think I'm going to prepare a page, because I don't want my brothers and sisters to be caught unaware. And the majority of watchmen and whistleblowers already know these things. They might be leaning more towards Bitcoin, but Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to be exposed, just like the SEC is being exposed right now. The good news is the good guy does have the ball, even though it doesn't look like it. The good guy does have the ball. And the wheat will remain while the chaff gets blown away. So anyway, I have several new Watchmen channels. Well, they're not new, but I just have not gotten them up. And I know that I have not called your attention to them. So using this new website I'm using, I only get so many pages to do it. I don't know what I'm going to do regarding this. I'm going to have to change something around. The channel, my YouTube channel, Angelic Effect, I can't get back into that email, so I think I'm going to start like a near-death experience channel where people can exchange their knowledge on their own near-death experiences, and then other people can also write, their questions, ask questions. We can all kind of get together on that and exchange knowledge, which only makes sense because I'm going to re-record my near-death experience that I did many, many, many years ago. I think it was 2012, I think, or 11. I forget exactly, somewhere in there. 2012, I think, yeah. And, of course, that's been wiped everywhere. And, okay. And we don't fret about anything. We've called these experiences into our lives. There's not one person here on this place that is not responsible for their own choices. And that's all we got to be, is responsible for our choices and what we've called into our own experience. A lot like the Matrix. I mean, the Matrix has a lot going on. On the old website, I don't know if I have it up here yet, I had up Simulacra and Simulation, which was the basically book, writing, manuscript, whatever you want to call it, excuse me, of, the Matrix was based on. And I found a guy who was in jail for quite a long time and did nothing but study and put a whole bunch of stuff together. And boy, he's got some good stuff. He's got some really good threads to connect this tapestry, no doubt about it. So I'll put him up for you later. But I'm going to go ahead and just put pictures up as I explain what's been going on. So, because some people have part of this story and some people have part of the other story, and some people are making up stories. So I'm going to do my best just to narrate for you what's going on. Okay, I love you guys. We'll talk soon. Praise his holy name. You guys just praise his holy name. I mean, he's always with us, you know. I woke up in here, looked like a scene to the Godfather. I had blood through my bandage, but more than that, I laid in such a way that, it was a copious amount of blood. So the good news is everything is fine, but imagine waking up to things like that. But I just really just pay attention to this as being a stage, a script, school. Stand back and be the observer and watch the observer watching the observer observe. Go as far into your Heavenly Father as you can at all times. And every single thing we go through is an opportunity to change our reaction to it from a reaction of fear to love. That's what we're here to do all day long, is to get that right. Any kind of lower energies, to transmute it back to the Father and turn it into love. I say often these days that I know why Buddha laughed. Because when we really sit back and look at it in that way, there's a certain lunacy that just causes one to laugh when we're looking at it in that way, if that makes sense. All right, well, glory to the King, y'all. I'm going to tack on a little bit more of this. I know it's lengthy. I love you guys, and I miss you, and I'm praying for you. And, of course, we don't really miss each other because we're all connected. And I feel your love. I feel all the strength that the Father has given through you, all the love he's given through you, all the caring and support, and, helping me to rebuild into this next. I'm not rebuilding the old thing. We're all building a new thing together with the King. So I'm excited to see what he will do with us all during this time. Revelation to John. How exciting we incarnated right now, you guys. Think about that. I mean, this is a monumental time to be alive and to be able to extend love to every human being, because they've tried to separate us through every way they can. Skin color, ethnicity, religion, culture, food. I could go on and on. Football games, Democratic or Republican, it's all fabricated. They don't want you to know about your divinity. They don't want you to realize the fact that the Heavenly Father is always in you, and that's why Christ said, you will do even greater than these, because he knows. He knows we can and will. So we're to be about that. All right, I love you guys. Glory to the King. Okay, you beautiful people. Incoming are some graphic photos. Several weeks ago now, I went into the hospital and was diagnosed with this big gigantic tumor you see here. Now these are all the long time ago ones. Now I can't really even give you a time or a date right now. I know I took this picture somewhere in the middle of all of it. It came up, and slowly it's shrinking and getting better, as you can see. It's been an interesting time. During this time, I also found out that the animals and my home that you got to see me be in, the Heavenly Father blessed me with, and the truck, all were burned down. So he's shifting me into something different, obviously. You guys have seen me go from shelter to, having a place that I could rest and call home even for a couple of minutes. Basically, my whole life has been, kind of like being a missionary, since my near-death experience. Is kind of like I'm a missionary without a church covering. So that being said, I've started over more times than, Carter has liver pills. That's been my path and my journey, because I'm here for people. I'm here for whoever the Creator sets in front of me. And he's been so loving and gracious to allow me to experience so many wonderful things. And people, such beautiful people in my life. I was speaking of that, Katie Jo, I wasn't able to mail you the gift. Just lift up Katie Jo. She's been just a remarkable friend and human being. And I wanted to thank Hebrew Hawaiian, in our Tapestry of Truth Network, and also Sacred Word Publishing, Zen Garcia, also in the Tapestry of Truth Network. Go to the website and you'll see I'm getting up as quick as I can the other watchmen and whistleblowers that we have put into this tapestry, all their golden threads of truth. I honestly thought the Heavenly Father was going to have me dig up all the evidence, but no, he just needed me to gather together all those who were, all those I'd seen in my near-death experience as being watchmen and whistleblowers. And of course, things are changing moment to moment, being revelation to John. So, but I want to thank them for their help and trying to see that I get some money because I am, still operating in this world. And if it wasn't for them doing that, and even still, it's going to be just like it was before when I was in the shelter. Heavenly Father's going to do what he will do. And you guys, I'm so grateful for you staying with me on the journey. We're all in it together. This is our journey. And I just love each and every one of you. Your love and support and prayers over the years, you've seen it. I don't know how many are around from the originals, and that doesn't matter because we're all connected. Nobody ever loses anybody. Nobody ever dies. Yeah, so I'm recording this. I hope you'll forgive me because I'm doing my very best with this, but I'll wrap it up by saying, Heavenly Father has not only allowed me to learn how to receive, but he's allowed me to work with some beautiful folks, them teaching me and me teaching them, him teaching himself through each other. It's been a wonderful time of fellowship, like it always is when we live with and through and realize that we live because of the Heavenly Father and share his love wherever we go. That's what we're here to do. We gotta extend the hand of love. So yeah, while I was at the hotel room, my phone was stolen and those accounts had been gone through again. So I love you. Heavenly Father's got it. You've seen him do this before, so he's gonna do it again. And we're gonna just praise his holy name through it, that this would be totally and miraculously healed, as everything in the doctor's book says, no, that's not possible at this point. So, but thy will be done. We asked to go home. We asked for the route home, and the Heavenly Father sets our course accordingly. So everything we do is on our way home to be with the King, which he's right here. We're basically standing in the throne room. When people realize that, there'll be much more peace and comfort.